A very good afternoon and welcome to Africa and Beyond, a television network. And this afternoon, we are looking at the situation in DRC. This is Eastern DRC, which we are talking about. And the reports coming from DRC are that the M23 rebels have taken over GOMA. So in the past few days, we've heard that GOMA was surrounded, totally surrounded. And we have seen the SADC mission there trying by all means possible to repel the M23 rebels. And yesterday, the South African National Defence Forces issued a statement which they said they successfully managed to stop full-scale invasion of GOMA. But this morning, we have seen footages, we have seen people, the citizens of GOMA, running side by side with the M23 fighters. So they are labeled rebels by the United Nations, by the SADC and other bodies. But in DRC, if you go to GOMA or the Eastern DRC, they are being labeled as the fighters, as liberators, as the people who have brought peace to that area and to that region. And a lot of people within GOMA, they are very, very optimistic that this new leadership is going to give them the much needed peace which they've always wanted to have. So this indicates failure on the side of Emmerson Mnangagwa as the SADC chairperson. This indicates failure on the side of SADC itself. It has failed to make sure that they protect the SADC region. Go to Mozambique, there is a crisis, they failed to resolve that crisis. Go to DRC, it's escalating further. We have seen the crisis right there escalating further and further. We have seen more people being displaced from their areas, from their places. We have seen so many things happening at this point in time. And it's high time Emmerson and the SADC region understand that fighting will not solve problems. Do not create problems in the first place. For example, what Emmerson is doing right now, by marginalizing the minority, by attacking the minority, is creating a similar situation. There are people who are around Emmerson, for example, Rutendo Matinyarara, who are saying Gukura Wundi was necessary. These people are saying 2008 short sleeve and long sleeve was necessary. These people are saying Murambachina was necessary. That is intentionally creating crisis and chaos because the victims one day will say enough is enough. The victims one day will come out and say, we have to retaliate, we have to fight back. What will be the result? What is happening in DRC will be the result. What is happening in Mozambique will be the result. This is the reason why we need tolerance. This is the reason why if you go to the Western world, don't think that they love democracy so much, but they value peace more than war. That is the reason why in their own countries, they try by all means possible to avoid war. That is the reason why they try to embrace each other, embrace other the political thinking of others. They try to embrace democracy to a certain extent. Is because they want everybody to be incorporated, everyone to be included, such that they do not result or they do not end up having war. They don't want that. But here in Africa, you are seeing these dictators, they never learn. You are seeing these leaders, they never learn. They are always trying by all means possible to anger the people, to do something which is going to make the people one day revolt and resist. I have said, by creating a one-party state in Zimbabwe, Emmerson is clearly creating a problem for himself because the people who will feel that they cannot join ZANU-PF, they cannot be part of ZANU-PF, and they cannot be part of the political arena, what are they going to do? They will take up arms. This is the reason why I always say you need to be very, very careful with the kind of politics you play. There are certain things which don't need to be implemented for the sake of peace, for the sake of stability, and for the sake of the country moving forward. I have said at a certain point in time, the education system, if not carefully regulated well, it will also lead nations to war, because the more you continue to sideline people simply because they are not educated to a certain level, like what you did to Magaya. If you do it politically, you will see people starting to say, okay, we have been isolated in terms of education. We didn't have an opportunity to learn. We have been isolated in the economy itself. We cannot participate in the economy. We have been sidelined politically, which means politically we can no longer participate. Those people will be left with no choice but to go and take arms. So, African leaders need to be very, very careful. Whatever they are doing, they are creating a problem. And that problem will be very, very difficult to deal with. And the example is in DRC. DRC is collapsing. Felix Tshisekedi is losing ground. And if things continue like this, we are going to see DRC sinking. We are going to see that leader losing power. This is what happened in Uganda. That is how Idi Amin lost power. It was like a joke. But when people are determined, they will come after you. For example, remember at a certain point in time last year, the presidential palace in DRC was stormed by certain people who were later on captured. I think they were executed recently. That is a clear indication and a clear sign that they are not even secure. They are not secure. It's just these people are simply alive simply because the people have not attempted on them. That is the reality. So when you understand that you are vulnerable just like everyone else, you have to act responsibly. You have to do things responsibly. Mugabe was powerful, but where is Mugabe? Idi Amin was powerful. Where is Idi Amin? All these dictators, name them, list them. Where are they? It's because they played it all wrong. You cannot be a dictator and at the same time fail to do the rightful things. You cannot be a dictator and fail to maintain the basic standards of living in your own countries. People are suffering. You go to DRC and see how people have been suffering. So right now, that is the reason why they are running across, moving along with the M23 fighters. So it's unfortunate that we cannot share the videos because of YouTube censorship, but this is what is happening right then. If you look at the footages, if you look at the videos, the people are happy in GOMA. The people have embraced the M23 fighters. So SADC is losing, UN is losing, everyone is losing there except the M23 fighters, which means the only way out is dialogue. If they do not dialogue with these people, Tshisekedi is going to be chased out of that seat of power, because from the eastern province of DRC, they are now coming after him. They are now coming to Kinshasa. They failed to protect Goma. Will they be able to protect Kinshasa? I doubt. So it is what it is. We will continue to watch and see. We'll continue to pray for the people of Mozambique and for the people of DRC, as well as for the people of Zimbabwe who have suffered so much. I love you all. Thank you very much for being here. Let us meet in another episode and other broadcasts.